Hello students. So we have revised 2 points, that is dissolution and evaporation. Today more 5 or 6 points we are going to revise. So open your book. We have revised about dissolution, in which we have studied that the process of dissolving a solute into solvent is called dissolution. And what we have studied, that stirring helps dissolution. Yes, we know this. How we knew this? In everyday life you are doing, right? You are taking suppose you're taking milk and you have to add sugar in that. Then what you will do? You will take 1 spoon of sugar and then in the milk, and then you will stir it. You stir it, right? And if you stir it, sugar dissolves quickly, right? So that is why stirring helps dissolution. Then we have studied about evaporation. Evaporation means what? The conversion of a liquid into its vapor. We call that evaporation. Then we have studied about 4 factors that helps boiling. We have studied about 4 factors that helps evaporation. Like if you increase the temperature, evaporation increases. If you increase the surface area of liquid, then also evaporation increases. For example, if you are taking water in tub and you are taking water in a mug, if you place it under sun, what you will find? That water evaporates in tub at a higher rate than in mug. So we can say that surface area is also a factor. Then third point, that it increases with dryness of the air. Yes, if less humidity is there, then your clothes getting dried at a faster rate, right? So it helps in evaporation. Then wind speed. Yes, wind speed is also a factor, like movement of air also helps in evaporation. So today we are going to revise 5 or 6 more points, that is boiling, condensation, freezing, melting, rusting of iron and burning. So what is boiling? So in simple terms we can say that the transition of a liquid into vapor state, we call that boiling, right? So how it begins? It begins when the liquid is heated to the point at which the pressure above its surface becomes equal to the external pressure. So like this. So this is a higher classes definition. So you leave this. You just consider that the transition of a liquid into vapor is called boiling. Now how this we keep a liquid boiling? You can see in this figure the heat that is expended in the formation of bubbles. You have to supply continuously heat. You have to supply heat continuously to the container. Okay, so thus boiling is inseparably associated with heat transfer. Always remember, which results in the transmission of heat from the heating surface to the liquid. Yes, from the down surface to the upward surface. So likewise it exchange heat, it transfers heat. So the heat exchange during boiling is one of the forms of convective heat transfer. You leave this. Convective heat transfer is not in your syllabus. So just remember that the heat transferred from down to up. Okay. So here in the book it has written that the process in which the bubbles formed in a liquid which is being heated reach the surface, burst and allow the vapor to escape into the atmosphere is called boiling. So I hope you understood this boiling. Now condensation. Condensation, it is the process of a substance in which a gaseous state transforming into a liquid state, means the conversion of gaseous form to liquid form. We call this process condensation. In book also it has written the process in which the vapor of a liquid on cooling get converted into the liquid at some fixed temperature. Always remember, at some fixed temperature is called condensation. Okay. It is the reverse form of, no, it is the reverse of evaporation. In evaporation, what happened? Liquid changes into vapor. Here, vapor changes into liquid. So it is just the reverse form of evaporation. Okay. Now, what do you mean by freezing? As we have studied about just now, condensation, that vapor on cooling converted into liquid is called condensation. Freezing is when a liquid on cooling converted into solid at a fixed temperature is called freezing. So we know that water is cooled to 0 degrees Celsius. It freezes into ice when water. How 0 degrees Celsius can be there, will be there for water? If you freeze it, means if you keep water in your fridge, then it converts into ice. In deep freezer, right, it will convert into ice. That means what? It can provide it at a temperature 0 degrees Celsius. So here it freezes into ice. Similarly, melting means what? Melting means, suppose if you are saying that we use this term daily, right? Like ice melts. Ice melts means what? Ice melts means ice is in the form of solid. It converts into liquid, means solid to liquid. So melting is the process in which a solid on heating gets converted into liquid at a fixed temperature is called melting. So when ice is heated, it melts at 0 degrees Celsius under normal atmospheric pressure. So melting is what? When solid converted into liquid, you have to, obviously solid, if solid converted into liquid, you have to supply some amount of heat, then only it converts. That means when ice melts, how ice melts? Some temperature is there in an environment, some temperature is there like 25 degrees Celsius, 30 degrees Celsius, 35 degrees Celsius, like this. So by taking that room temperature, ice melts. Suppose if environments, suppose if it's a cold place, suppose you're going to some cold place and there you're seeing ice. That means what? That country has temperature in minus, like minus 2 degrees Celsius, like that. Okay, that is why their ice doesn't melt. See, in this figure you can see a brown substance, right? A brown powdery substance. So this formation, this brown powdery material, the formation of this brown powdery material on the surface of iron in the presence of moisture is called rusting of iron. Okay, this rusting always forms whenever in atmosphere moisture is there. Means it will react with moisture. Moisture means what? Water in a vapor form, right? So how this powdery material form? It reacts with, iron reacts with moisture in air and form this rust. Okay. Now after this, the next topic is burning. Burning, you all know that it is a reaction, it is a chemical reaction in which what happened if you burn something? Heat and light is formed. Heat and light are formed. Suppose if you are burning a paper, what will happen? Heat along with light in the form of flame are given out. So that chemical reaction is burning. Okay. Now the next topic is that dissolution of a solid in a liquid is a physical change. Yes children, this dissolution of solid, like in this figure you can see we are taking sugar in a glass of water. If you take 1 spoon of sugar or whatever sugar in a glass of water, and if you stir it, what will happen? That it will dissolve in water easily, right? Like sugar is sweet, we all know that sugar is sweet, and however, if the sugar dissolves in water, a solution of sugar also tastes sweet. So basically, sugar has not lost its basic properties, right? So solution of sugar when concentrated, see where what it is written in your book, solution of sugar when concentrated by heating and cooled gives back the crystal of sugar, right? Suppose if you prepare solution of sugar and if you supply heat to it, then whenever it cooled, it gives back the crystal of sugar, right? So this crystal also tastes sweet only. So the property will be there, the property of sugar will be there. So these thus sugar also recovered, because from the original, from the glass of water we recovered sugar from the solution by a simple method, by supplying heat. So during dissolution, what happened? Sugar has not lost its sweetness and it is also recovered from its solution by crystallization. So therefore, we can say that this dissolution of sugar in water is a physical change. Okay. So in a physical change, what will happen? That no new substances are formed and it is reversible, right? So we reversed it. If you reversed it, you will recover this sugar in a form of crystal, and no new substances are formed. Basically, sugar has not lost its basic properties. So sugar is a solid, sugar in a liquid is a physical change. Okay. So here we will summarize, here we will continue. After this we will continue this chapter. So till then, you study well. Thank you.